Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to L00sing, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about a video that I found very interesting, and it's about a pop-colored man who was actually trying to, there is a black man that had a problem, so he is trying to speak up for the black man, right? Like trying to be on the side of the black man, right? And guess what? When he started making the video, he removed the black man from the side and centered himself. So he was the center of everything he was talking about, not even the black man. And that also shows, it kind of shows you how some of them act like an ally. They want to speak up for black people, or they want to speak up for black problems and all that. But you see them remove black problem and bring themselves. It's just always amazing how they want to, they want our reading, but they do not want black people's blues and the rest of it. A lot of people are saying that they do not want to have anything to do with the young man because he is a caricature of black women or ghetto black women. And I see him when he talks, you can see that. And he was trying so hard not to act like that. But then he went ahead to say that, the black man you all are talking about is ghetto. And I also act I am also ghetto. But why is it that he's not getting deals? He's also being caricature of black women, and he is also acting ghetto, but he is not getting deals. You know what? Let's get into this video.
I was really going to let this go because I didn't have nothing else to say, but I'm not going to be silenced by no bitch. This lady got on here today with 77,000 viewers and told them that I referred to her as a dirty Mexican. On my dead brother's grave, I have never referred to this lady as a dirty Mexican. What I said was to her friend Jason Lee, who has a history of attacking black women, saying derogatory names and things and talking about their looks, their face, their features. I said, why does he think it's okay to talk about black women because he's friends with the famous Mexican? Her fans got very upset about that when I really, truly, honestly did not know her ethnicity. I did not know her race, and maybe I shouldn't have guessed it. But me and her got into the DM, and again, this was 6 months ago. And she told me she wasn't Mexican. She said, why don't you refer to Ice Spice as a Mexican? I'm Dominican. I acknowledged that, and I never called her a Mexican again, ever in life. But this morning, I posted my DMs of her fans calling me the hard NER, calling me mutts, jigaboos, every black slur that you could think of, they called me. And I posted multiple of them, and I still didn't blame her. I didn't include her name in it. They said her friends sent people to call me dirty Africans, all kind of things. And then they never posted what the people were saying to me. They posted what I said in response to them. And they said I was wrong and I was racist for responding to racism with racism. This isn't the 1940s. I may should not have said it because I have followers that are that race, but you cannot attack black people and constantly think that to turn the other cheek. This isn't the 1950s. We got punched and we had to keep walking. When we got attacked, we had to put our heads down. When they called us NERs, we said, yeah, master, thank you. I'm not doing that. If you bring hate to me, I'm going to bring hate to you. I apologize. My intention is not to offend anyone that is offended. My intention was to offend the person that hated on my blackness, that was anti-black to me, because it was multiple of them. It was tens of them, hundreds of them, if I would say, and she never addressed that. She never said, when you call him an NER, you're calling me an NER, because I'm black too, right? That's what a black person would do, right? But again, when someone gets mad, they're not going to call her a black bitch. They're not going to call her an African booty. So why would I expect her to highlight any of the racism and the hate that her fans are sending my way? Those are her fans.
That's ghetto for doing or behaving the same way that other people.
This is just my opinion. I feel like when it comes to white people acting ghetto and black people acting ghetto, white people can get away with acting ghetto because of their privilege. And nobody bats an eye on them when they act ratchet or act hood because they don't care. Nobody cares. But when a black person acts hood, ghetto, ratchet, they are literally degraded, belittled, and looked at all types of ways. My opinion, I wish that he never said anything because he centered the conversation around himself versus him just saying, oh, you know what, Raymante deserves this, he deserves that. The conversation is about Raymante not being marketable to these brands. It's not about you not getting what you want. Because at the end of the day, I've seen him get brand deals and sponsorship. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen Raymante got one sponsorship or one brand deal ever. This is how I feel about people who are allies of the community, right? They will say stuff that is like shock factor or wow factor just to get the people going. And then they make the conversation about them instead of the people that are dealing with the oppression, that are dealing with the issue at hand. I don't like that at all. The conversation at hand is about black content creators who do not get access to big brand deals or big sponsorship because of their public image or public persona. It's not about you, who is a white man who have privilege but cosplay as a black person, although you don't even get degraded or demeaned for it. It's not about that at all. Stick to the topic and stop centering the conversation around you.
I struggle getting opportunities as well. But I'm sending him all the...
My issue with this particular creator is, and has always been, that he's a caricature of black women or ghetto black women. And it's not so much with him. Well, yeah, it is with him, but it's like we talk about ghetto women, but we allow this white boy to get up here and pretend that he's like a ghetto black woman. Like, it just never sat right with me. And in this particular thing about Ramonte, you took this opportunity to publicly defend and support him and then make it about yourself. And that's real white womanish. Like, you could have just said what you needed to say and move on. But I don't know. Like, me and one of my friends cannot stand this little boy. And I just do not understand, like, why black women in particular are so supportive of him in this type of content. But anyway, like, I don't know. I've just never really enjoyed his content. I don't follow him or anything like that. I've seen him come across my timeline and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I've seen a few funny videos of his, but it has just never sat right with me. And the fact that he couldn't even say, like, you know, people say that about me, but we know it's because I'm white. He couldn't say white. He struggled to say that. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I just feel like this was a wasted opportunity to be supportive, and you just kind of hijacked it to talk about yourself at the end and how you don't feel like you're as far along as you should be. But whatever.
I see what he's saying, but I will say that, like, I also don't get the opportunities that I feel like I should.
Oh, girl. I take back what I said about Ramonte should be comparing himself to Landon. No. I was wrong. And I am so sorry. I don't know. You're probably not getting the sponsorships and stuff now because you are pretending to be ghetto. Because, like, there's hood white people, like white people that live in the hood, white people that have been around black people that are still very much white and act white. They might have like the southern accent or something, but you are very much giving menstrual. And the thing is, if Landon stops twerking today and decides, you know what, I am gonna be lifestyle, I am gonna talk like Landon. The only Landon I know, he country as fuck. I love him. He gonna start talking like country ass Landon, but white as fuck. All them brands gonna hit him up. If you take away the twerking and you take care of the finger snapping and the neck rolling and, you know, talking like that, you're still white. A white man. Let's be for real. Because all of this shit started with Essence magazine talking about how black creators aren't, you know, they don't really get the brand deals or whatever. I never read the article, but that's basically where the conversation stemmed from. And I said that Ramonte needs to be the person to not lead this conversation because he doesn't. He's not well equipped to lead the conversation. Keeping it a... And my thing is, If Raymonte today was to start talking like what is that, his one friend, the corporate baddie, if he was to start talking about the corporate baddie and you know all that stuff, he might still get slighted because he's black. There are companies and brands that will not work with him because he is black. If Landon stops twerking today, if he stops twerking and if he stops all that shit or whatever, strip it down. You know what? If he doesn't utter a word and walks into an office, he's a white man. Like, I need us to be very, very for real. You're not getting the brand deals and stuff right now because you are being a caricature. If you cut that shit out, and start talking like a Chet from the country club, oh, them brands would have been calling you. And I appreciate that he is backing up Raymonte, right? Because he didn't have to say anything. So I'm going to give him that because I know people going to be in the comments, you know, thumb thugging and typing fast. I'll give him that. At the same time, he turned it around and made it about him. Yeah, I get what Raymonte was saying. But, like, I also don't get deals, too, because I get labeled as ghetto. What? What? Because Raymonte wasn't the one that said he was too ghetto to get the deals. Other people, elitist people, were saying that he was ghetto, whatever, when he was talking about Essence Fest should have invited him to this, that, the third, and whatever. At the end of the day, it is about black creatives. Black creatives. He should have never brought Cardi into the shit because the whole thing again with Cardi is that he said that Cardi was never called ghetto. That is what he said. That is what he said. She was never referred to as ghetto. She was the most ghetto. Da, 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 da. That's what you said. And that's where people have a problem because to this day, Cardi is getting called a ghetto stripper. She sat down with presidential candidates, and she is still being called ghetto. That's what all of this stuff is. But yeah, we need someone else to lead this conversation, please.
So I just got up to speed with the Raymonte situation.
It was a video of this man right here going around on Twitter. He was at, I don't know, like a Christmas party. I don't know where he was at, but he was not speaking like this. He was speaking very white, very normal, I'm talking about using subject verb agreement. I'm talking about very white collar. And it's so funny how I can't find a video for the fucking life of me. But I don't think people keep saying they should have used him as an example. No, they should have used somebody like Bretman Rock. Raymonte should have used someone like Bretman Rock for a guy, but Cardi B is still a good choice. But this motherfucker right here that I'm stitching, I ain't never fuck with him. I ain't ever since I noticed he was stealing his whole persona from Pretty V, and I see now he adding like a little country slang to his accent to try and get away from sounding like a black woman. Oh shit, it never gave. It's so frustrating. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be.
So I just got up to speed with the Raymonte situation.
You need to shut up. You really need to shut up. You wrong person to be. I don't even care if you defending him or not. I don't even care to listen to the rest of the video. You need to shut up because you have built your entire career as pretending to be a caricature of black women. You need to shut up. Don't say nothing else about nothing because you are part of the problem. He didn't use you as an example, but you're the next perfect example. You need to shut up. And go ahead and block me like you blocked me on Twitter. Shut up. Because, no.
They're not labeled ghetto. And by they, I mean me.
Now y'all mad at Landon. But y'all was just telling Cardi that y'all wanted her to speak up on the colorism thing, and she didn't. But then you have someone who is speaking about the colorism thing, and y'all still not happy because y'all mad because he said that he doesn't get the opportunities that he wants as well. Which one is it? Do y'all want people to speak about the colorism, or do y'all not want them to speak about the colorism? At the end of the day, you can't take away people's experience. If that man said he don't get the opportunities that he feel like he deserves, that's his truth. I never not once took away nothing from Cardi. I just was saying that, girl, we understand that. We understand that you get ridiculed and stuff like that, but you're still able to sit in these spaces. But here you guys have someone who's saying that, who's acknowledging that, and that's all that we wanted, right? Acknowledgement, and y'all still not happy. Now there's a landing hate train. Y'all don't know what y'all want people to do.
He is labeled as ghetto for doing or behaving.
I have like maybe 3 main points that I want to get off my chest in regards to this situation. One, that I am extremely happy that someone of lighter complexion has validated Wh0 and what he was saying. Because I really truly don't understand why it was so hard for Cardi B to understand what Wh0 was saying and say, I see you. And I feel like historically that has been a problem between the lighter skin and darker skin communities. Like, y'all want to be black, but y'all only want to acknowledge what y'all go through as a black people, not what the people who are darker than y'all go through as a people too. Like, we're all struggling here. Can you acknowledge what I'm telling you right now? Like, yes, your proximity to whiteness and Eurocentric standards is going to get you into doors that I'm not going to get into unless, hey, you acknowledge me and maybe bring me in there, dude. Like, anyway. Number 2, I think that Wh0 is valid as hell in the way that he feels. I don't care what anybody says or what anybody tries to, like. Just watching the Twitter exchange, I was like, this is really crazy. Because there is no difference in the way Wh0 acted and the way Cardi B acted on Love and Hip Hop. And on top of that, Cardi B got a second chance. Because if you ask me, what was it? Harper's Bazaar or something like that she went to, acted ghetto as hell. And I love me some Cardi B, but acted ghetto as hell and threw a shoe at goddamn Nicki Minaj. So you acted ghetto as hell in there, got a second chance, and you're saying that you don't understand what Wh0 was talking about? Because do you really think that if another person of darker complexion went into one of these establishments and was throwing a shoe at a high-profile celebrity as another high-profile celebrity, that they would not have left in handcuffs? That's crazy, because there was I wish I remembered the incident with the guy at it was either the Grammys or it was one of the award shows. He's walking out. He's a rapper. He's walking out. And because he didn't stop at security, they called the police on him and he went to jail. All he had to, darker complexion, all he had to do, he was just trying to walk away. And you see in the clips, he's walking away. I wish, if y'all watch this, find the person's name. But he's just walking away. So we get in trouble just for walking away and being dark skinned, and you threw a whole damn shoe at somebody and it's good. Like, what? As a fellow darker skinned, darker complexion person, can I just say that I love me some Wh0? Like, no matter what, like, he just seems so unproblematic, and I hate that a lot of times things get misconstrued and taken out of context, and then you have these blow-ups on Twitter, like the exchange between Cardi B, Ice Spice, and Wh0. Like, I was just trying to get my point across that, like, why can't I reach the type of success that you got, other than the fact that I'm darker skinned? Like, can we start this conversation, and can you help me change some things so that, I don't know, what advice do you have for me? Like, take me underneath your wing. And I feel like you can tell in the conversation it was insecurity with Cardi. Oh, you called me Mexican. Well, what's wrong with being Mexican? Okay, you're Dominican. Okay, my bad. Like, okay, but it's still the main point is still there. You're someone of lighter complexion, okay, who is able to benefit from a system that I'm unable to benefit from because I'm darker skinned. And this is the conversation that should be had. And our lighter skinned people should be reaching back down to help give the tools that they have or information that they know and helping change these things, like these problems. Where's the solutions? Like, everybody wants to argue, but I don't know. I'm just kind of like, where's the solutions? And on the flip side, which leads me to my last and final point, on the flip side, when we as darker skinned people act in ways that are ghetto, raunchy, loud, twerking, doing all of these extra things, like, yeah, I know. And we're trying to be progressive and like, I should be able to be who I am on the weekends and then go to work and that not affect who I am. Some of us even think, okay, I should be able to have an OnlyFans and be able to work a corporate job. I don't mind that because I'm a progressive thinker too. I feel like that should be a that's a thing. Like, I feel like that should be a thing. Who gives a hell? You know what I'm saying? But the world's not there with you. And sometimes we forget that the world is not there with you. So sometimes you are put here to be a scapegoat and not a savior. Sometimes we think that we're saving and we're helping and we're sacrificing ourselves instead. Because it might not be your time. It might be the next person's time after yours. It might not be you who gets it. It might just be you who paves the way. Hell, we all got here because Rosa Parks and MLK. Sometimes we might just have to sit back, relax, and understand that you're not doing this for you to reap the benefits, but maybe you're doing it so someone else can. But anyways, I love you, Raymonte, in case you see this video. And I hope that that little bit of advice helps a little bit, even though I know it won't, because I hope that you get everything that you deserve. Fuck them.
Today,
talk about him because I don't want to give him any of my energy. So I'm going to speak to the people who follow him and just be very critical about that. People like him, with his skin, with his gender performance, and with his orientation, I can't say da-da-da-da-da, but you know what I mean, are notorious for cosplaying as black women. Notorious. And I have never seen, first of all, I don't follow this man. And I'm only stitching this because whenever I see him, it's me seeing another, white person portray the most caricaturized version of a black woman, which to me is incredibly offensive. Incredibly offensive. What's even sadder is he be in the shade room comments, and there are some black folks who are in his comments sometimes, which means that there are a number of black folks who do think that white folks making content like this is funny. And so that's why I'm saying this video is not towards him, because he's gonna do whatever he want to do. It's more so just like, why do black folks follow people like this? I really want to know, what is the appeal for the black community, any part of the black community, following people who are white and build their entire platform off of weird jokes and caricatures of black folks? It's something, his content is offensive, but I'm more offended by the fact that I know a lot of black folks follow him. I know it. And we really gotta do better. If I could, I would love to just press a button and all 2.2 million people unfollow him for literally making a career off of making fun or joking around and cosplaying and thinking it's cute to be another, white queer person who looks and treats the black aesthetic or black femininity.
So this is all I got from the stitches and all that. And let me say this again. Everybody want to act black. Everybody want to associate with black. Not until it is time to be black. You see all of them run away. As you all can see, everybody's saying that the young man has always been doing caricature, like always wanting to mimicking black women, or trying to do some certain things about black women and all that. And now let me tell you something. You see some of them, he wanted to talk about Ramante, right? The black guy. But he left what he was supposed to talk about and then talked about himself from beginning to the end. Why he is not getting deals and all that. Why? Is it because he acts ghetto and all that? And also the Romanto, right, who is also a black guy, also acts ghetto. Like both of them have something in common and all that. And a lot of people are already saying that maybe you have to drop that. Why black women, like, a lot of people really, I have not been watching his video. I mean, but this video is just like all over everywhere, like, talking about how black people, colored people can they always want to, like, probably benefit from black people and all that, do all those things in order to, like, because there is one thing I always say: if black people support you, they are really good. But sometimes there are some people I really do not want to support. Why? Because I feel like in the end, you are absolutely going to see how crazy and all that they are in the end, and it doesn't really end well. So that's why I always try to be neutral and the rest of it. So he has always been doing all his shenanigans, trying to be like, mimicking or trying to like act like a black, or saying that because he acts ghetto and all that, then it is okay. It is all cool when they all act ghetto. But when a black person acts ghetto and all that, it is not cool. There is nothing great about it. And you all heard what the Romanza, I think they were coming for the Romanza because he actually was like, some people were coming for black people and coming for black women. And he also wanted to defend black women and be on black women's side because, like, and some, I think Mexicans are trying to, like, call him names, and even they use racial slurs, which is like the one they always give. So, yeah. In essence, what I'm saying is that you will see them. It is just like when they say they want our rhythm, but they do not want our blues and all that. They always want to act or act like black people and all that, just to get attention, because they know when black people support you, they support you to the end. So what he's also looking for is that support that black people give other people that do certain things, or, just so he can climb his ladder and then come back stay on that ladder someday and like talk back at black people and all that. So what I am also going to say is that, like every other person said, maybe you should stop doing what you are doing. Maybe you can get a deal. Stop acting like a black woman. Stop doing black women mannerisms. Stop making caricature of them. Be you never can tell, and stop acting ghetto, because you're like always wanting to act ghetto when I just don't know why they do that, but that is them. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.